Iku udah gerak. Menang apa gak? Enggak. Halo, 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 halo. Oke. Halo, 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 halo. Iya? Oh, ya sebentar, Bang. Ini sekitar 3 sampai 4, Bang. Insya Allah. Insya Allah cukup. Ini yang buat
Halo.
buat musuh.
Nah ini tapi ke itunya ya. Kalau ke sini berarti nggak ada.
Mungkin ya coba dulu. Ini soalnya katanya belum ke TV juga. Teman.
Ini yang ke ini audio yang ke apa itu namanya? Ke YouTube ya. Yuk, klik ya. Linknya ada share ya?
Oh iya.
Cek cek. Suaranya kedengeran nggak?
Masuk sih, Bang.
Coba. Atau ini nanti juga ditampilkan di sini kah Mas?
Apanya?
Ini, maksudnya ini ditampilkan sini nggak?
Apa yang ini?
YouTube-nya.
Oh, YouTube-nya enggak.
Oh enggak ya?
Nanti masukin presentasi aja.
Oke. Nah, untuk nanti berarti ini ketika misalkan Pak Jarum berbicara, ini diberikan ke beliau apa enggak?
Kalau Pak Jarum bicara di depan kan,
Hah.
mungkin bicara di mic aja.
Oh, langsung di situ ya?
Iya.
Itu sudah bisa?
Sudah.
Praktis di dia actionnya dia kan
Batik, 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 batik apa linknya apa streamingnya penshare mbak, nang info lo. Aku tak seneng pen, baru pen. Oh iya saya keliru. Sono langsung. Sorry mbak, ono langsung lali, mbak. Ayo. Kius menteri, menteri. Kabeh ini yang mana?
Ini memang tidak ada.
Satunya mana tadi? Baterainya kayak emang. Coba nih. Sebentar. Halo, halo. Oke. Kita jangan.
Masih sini mem ya baik nanti ini bisa di atau mungkin dibawa cuman dideketin langsung di sini aja.
Oh gitu ya.
Iya.
Nah maksudnya ini untuk ini itu sebenarnya untuk di dalam kan, maksudnya untuk di videonya. Kalau untuk audiens di sini apa?
Enggak ada langsung
Berarti
aja
kita langsung.
ya tapi pakai ini pakai ini nanti biar masuk ke YouTube-nya aja.
Tapi berarti yang di sini itu kan berarti nggak menggunakan pengeras suara kan?
Iya enggak.
Oh kalau gitu mendingan tak gini kan aja. Kalau gini kan kayak di sini tetap nggak ada suaranya juga kan?
Tapi masuk streaming.
Ya kalau menurut saya mendingan nggak usah pakai ininya ini loh.
Ini nanti buat penanya maksudnya.
Oh penanyanya.
Iya nanti ya bisa dipasang sih.
Oh ya wes
Temen-temen juga.
kalau kayak gitu.
Ya nanti buat yang satunya lagi ada lagi nggak? Masih di jasa.
Nah saya pikir yang di sini juga ada pengerasnya gitu. Nggak ada. Berarti pure suara aja. Terus nanti Pak Jarum ketika memberikan speech itu gimana?
Iya.
Pakai ini juga.
Pakai ini juga.
Saya kasih gitu. Oke.
Ini masih di jazz sih mem. Kalau udah bisa pakai ini dulu aja.
Oke.
Sementara biar enggak.
Oh ya. Saya kan harusnya kurang dari 9 ya.
Udah di.
Tapi kita tulis registration 8:30 sampai 9:00 nggak sih?
Udah. Tadi malam udah di reminder di grup
Ya. Menjawab ya.
Oh bisa kan? Anak ada temannya.
Jawab kan penjara. Jawab tapi bungkus. Oh ini. Pindah ya. Di depan dulu aja mas. Lebih enak yang duduknya di depan. Silakan mas saya nanti bisa.
Biar lebih pas standby di bawah ya. Paling nggak tahu yang anak-anak.
Ya oke sip boleh. Mana ada?
Silakan pilih.
Masih wes sama jurnal lah. Apa? Mas jurnal wes sama jurnal. Tetap pengen telat ya. Ini nanti berempat ke sini semua.
Berempat. Kalau atau enggak bertiga sih. Kalau yang satunya sakit dia bilang kalau aku baikan besok aja.
Berarti yang Stevenson itu dia husband and wife, yang Jones, yang Kyle yo pernah istrinya enggak?
Ini nanti kalau istrinya udah sembuh bisa.
Oke.
Aku kok agak aneh ya menjelaskan ABS kepada teman saya.
Apa enggak cocok dengan cuaca?
Mungkin ya. Apa dia pernah kerjanya sudah lama tuh Pak treatment di Malaysia kan Mbak. Ya sing bidur sing
Burung apa kan?
alah
Halo.
Pertama masih
Halo.
datang ke sini enggak? Wis 2 tahun Ustaz.
Apa nih Mbak Bos?
Orang
Ya
lain yang sih.
Halo, halo.
Enggak bisa.
Iku pinak nang live, Bang. Oke, aman.
Bentar kita datang ke sana.
Kebu sencenya ta. Iki iki sak jengkal lho karo aku.
Datang ya sesuai jam 1 boleh ayo makan dulu. Jam 2 saya kasih langsung kira aku mau nitipkan ke Fikri aja kita masih on the way kemarin Jumat kan juga balik kriteria berapa? 78 jadi ya Allah kalau biasa mereka tuh kan
Lek didengar lirih mending apa audiogen coba.
ya aku kan GBM
Wis mari.
GBM itu jadi setiap prodi pasca akreditasi itu mesti
Halo.
jadi kayak
Iki sak jengkal luweh teko raiku. Ketok enggak? Kurung. Enggak kelihatan mereka. Makanya agak ke bawah sini. Seharusnya kayak ndek isor ngene soalnya lek ndek depan muka presenter kayak gimana gitu. Ya iki di samping ini kan. Agak ke atas.
Dokter pendidikan kan ini dalam 3 bulan ini.
Ini. Oh, kursinya.
Oh ya, belasan.
Widih. Oh, abur. Halo. Udah. Ini gimana? Kurung enggak liur enggak? Enggak, iki lho takok Adrian maksudnya, Mbak.
Insya Allah.
Mentok-mentok. Halo. This is 1 2 3. This is sas.
Propertinya sudah disiapkan.
Spring and winter aja. Kita krim apa? Autumn. Anjay. Summer siapa?
Tetap aja tempat waktu.
Summer kuning. Saya suka warna kuning. Saya suka SpongeBob warnanya kuning. Saya suka warna kuning.
Valentinanya semua oh iya. Baju Anis lagi barang kok buka mang Australian kosan.
Oke, kabelnya wis tak.
Coba tak suruh ya.
Jangan di. Oh ya, aku kan lagi.
Biasanya setengah 2 aku baru.
Let me do a quick.
Biasanya di pasca tuh ngumpul dulu, terus wes ono sing kok.
Asolole.
Ayo tinggal ngangkat. Terus nanti kita
Hah?
nyain dong, udah teko disian berarti. Iya, saya kan 9 kira-kira. Kemarin aku izin enggak sahabat, wis bukan wis syuting. Cepet tuh tadi ada barbecue. Ya untungnya aku dulu mengerjakan LED ya. Jadi aku tahu maksudnya sih elek gitu loh. Oh tampilnya. Oh ya Bu, untuk Bu ada Bu ini datanya kemarin akhirnya tak masukkan itu. Lah aku nggak kerjakan no ya. Pokoknya kalau boleh janji gitu ya. Lah iya lah, maksudnya ini kan buat kerja.
Halo.
Kasih buat ngajak, tak mau buat kan kriteria WDG. Terus juga kemarin itu kan sebelum tuh punya itu Bu S3-nya Pak itu juga ada. Katanya boleh ya sudah aku tak
Halo.
nanti aja waktu
Di presentasi 0.0. Iku Iku PPT-ne Dek, kan Sabang koyo wis tak kirim nek ngono, Bang. Enggak maksudnya apa? Background-nya. Background sing abang-abang gitu loh. Ya iku.
Sama aku itu bisa overload gitu. Jadi sebagian ya nek wis enek apa di Google gitu ya wis tak masuk. Yang penelitian yang sudah itu kan anu dua juga penelitian pengabdian satu untuk pekerjaan kalau dan sudah dalam tujuh itu sama orangnya itu ini organisasi kayaknya harus tak isi tapi yang ngaco gitu sih Bu itu aku nek saya kan bisa aja gitu untuk olimpiade nanti dan kita masa aku sendiri sekarang sudah nggak sih kayak AI simulasi seperti itu kalau meskipun iya ya harap dapat nih maksudku bukan nggak paten bukan karya tulis bukan layar brand.
Oke.
Nanti itu sudah enak ya kriteria biasanya kan ada kriteria 10.
Terus silakan yang depan ya. Thank you ya sudah datang.
Apa di antara
Di depan aja ya.
depan
Yang
sini
merah-merah.
mulai sejelas kalau satu telogo sini ya Siapa tahu jadi konten kreator dapat AdSense jadi kayak iya ini pelatihan konten kreator kemarin tuh tak nunggu coba jarang ngono mbak sing kok umurnya tuh mbak bisa saiki tiba SMP itu wis mau SMP itu beda itu dikasih penugasan tuh begitu itu ya video tapi video tutorial bikin apa podcast di zaman waktu itu jadi
Mulai ya.
itu iya dulu nonton dari apa orang listrik apa untuk bikin video ya kerja seperti cerita kayak gitu
Harusnya ada
terus sekolah video yang nggak punya ya gitu ya iya pastinya
terus juga ada pelatihan buat orang tua ya.
satu lagi itu jumbo gitu saat itu dulu anak saya apa nih ada yang dengan secara tidak ini bisa cepat ini sangat pesan sampai itu banyak nggak sampai masal ya gini ini sudah seperti bisa itu cuma yang proses sudah tadi terus ini sambilan memang ini cacat sih apa aneh itu malah gak sampai pojok nggak sampai kan 800 invasi lain terus sebenarnya sedikit berapa sudah free
Soalnya kalau biasanya tuh kalau masuk di salon jatuh itu kan namanya spesial.
ya sekarang kebanyakan gitu sih karena pembelian langsung di apa tokonya langsung gitu
Jam berapa? Bis lebih dari jam
ya nggak sudah pas datang gitu ya
Jadi sebenarnya sudah
depan itu cinta pikir kabelnya kan ya kayaknya itu cuma sedikit 3 kabel ya dapat sampai jam 10 yang banyak jadi ngerti rasanya semuanya ragu bela kemarin kan katanya persoalannya udah banyak udah bantu Pak ini Pak Tiga sama Pak satu Pak Tinggal itu terus kayak gitu ingin masa tuh kita ketemu di prodi kan berarti kita ya dulu udah pernah ngisi ini nanti ini 10 coba yang diisi gitu kita kan kayak sing kemarin kan kita kayak saya kan tahun isi masih 2023 ya sekarang kan 2024 jadi kita mencari yang terbaru terus akhirnya ada yang katanya awal itu banyak cuma nggak ada ini yang tua
Mau dimulai sekarang? Mau dimulai saat ini? Kuliah berapa? Kan disitu aku udah bilang beasiswa baca. Oh, cepet kok. Cuma masih tahu. Yang lain apa? Oh, tidak. Iya benar. Karena Indonesia. Mas, boleh duduk aja dulu biar kalau pembahasan. Duduk dulu. Sebagai kasus yang bisa. Ya Allah. Wah, kebanting tuh.
punya ya apa minta tolong dicek dong syarat apa gitu
Enggak, ininya itu apa?
kependekan
Sosial juga.
kabelnya belum kabelnya belum ditanyain mereka
Kemarin ya apa? Terjebaknya udah siap kontak semua udah dicoba. Langsung di depan aja sama Pak Jarum.
oke ya udah
Oh, nggak terkait ya. Sampai sama apa gitu.
ini satu ini semua
kurang berapa menit lagi ready-nya. Tinggal stop kameranya.
Kemudian ini nanti e-library udah. Dan bisa langsung
Cek.
Maksudnya aku tinggal next gitu udah siap ya. Di Google Chrome-nya. Oh ya udah, iya dari situ aja. Nanti
Mbak Sarah silakan duduk.
Mbak Erlina di mana?
Aku berdiri aja.
Oh gitu. Oh iya sih.
Iya.
Apa di sini Pak yang ombo?
Sek ombo.
Saya butuh yang ombo. Oh iya. Biasanya sih kita gawean sih Mbak pasti loh. Jadi nyoblo apa ini?
Kamera utamanya yang ini atau yang kanan? Ini masuk suaranya apa enggak?
Apa?
Ini suara ini sudah masuk kah?
Halo, coba
Cek.
Bentar.
Masuk enggak?
Halo.
Halo. Halo. Halo. Masuk belum, Mas? Terus gimana?
Public dah.
Harus diperbesar dulu.
Bentar. Coba lagi.
Sudah masuk. Oke. Suaranya sudah oke ya?
Coba lagi.
Halo. Good morning.
Oke.
Sudah. Oke. Yang mic sudah. Sudah.
Masuk.
Oke. Baca cek.
Masuk.
Masuk.
Siap. Kok ngomongnya masuk gini?
Tapi ya
Oke. Yang mana sih? Lumayan benar.
Apa dioper? Iya nanti bisa saya kasih ya.
Kan kita harus
internet
ke sana kan ya fokusnya.
jangan jauh-jauh loh Pak, nanti ke Suara.
Bentar.
Over the time.
Coba ngomong.
Cek. Bisa dengar? Bisa dengar? Bisa dengar atau tidak?
YouTube-nya delay.
Oh, anu ya, recordnya kesananya delay ya.
Iya.
Aman.
Yang YouTube-nya ya.
Berapa?
Ya, ya.
Yang mana? Yang nih, coba ngomong. Yang lihat, coba ngomong dulu.
Oh iya. Halo, halo, tes. Udah kedengaran belum?
Aman.
Aman, oke.
Cek aman ya.
YouTube-nya udah YouTube-nya wis on air kok, Mbak. Gimana? Udah kedengaran belum? Yang on air? Yang on air udah kedengeran kah?
Ayo, wes.
Udah ya? Yang YouTube live. Oh, oke.
Dimulai, Cuk.
Emang enggak? Bu Arlina gimana? Dimulai aja? Dimulai aja? Bisa dimulai ya? Oke.
Oh iya. Harus mendekat.
Ready? Bisa? Tapi ini jadi ini ketutupan oleh saya.
Oh gitu.
Enggak
Di tengah aja,
apa-apa, Mbak.
di tengah. Oh.
Nanti ini ada musiknya, Mbak.
Oke. Itu enggak. Ada ya. Kita mulai aja ya. Okay, everybody, I think we can start the event now because time is already at the appointed one, yeah. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, welcome on board. And this is American Corner. And this event is actually also conducted by English Language Education Department, yeah. So me as the MC, my name is Erlina Avidasari. You can call me Miss Lin. And this is Ibu Ria and also Pak Jarom. Later, I will introduce you to both of them. Okay. Good morning, all participants. Honorable the head of American Corner of UMM and also English Language Education Department. This is Ibu Ria as the head of American Corner and also Pak Jarom as the head of English Language Education Department. Give applause to both of them. All right. So the name of this event is Podcast Training with Americans. So as you can see, they are just arrived now. And today we are delighted to bring insightful sessions that will broaden our knowledge, especially on technology advancement. And here we have high schooler. Can you say hi? High schoolers. Hello, hi. Okay. And elite student, English Language Education Department student. Can you say hi? Okay, all right. Okay, so we have two kinds of guests today, from high school and also from college students, right? Okay. Let me brief you a little bit about the rundown of the activity. So first, we will have the opening by both of them, and later on, we will have a cross-cultural understanding session by the Americans, and we will move on to the workshop or training on podcast, and later on, we will have a closing. So for the first session, I would like to invite Pak Jarum as the head of English Language Education Department to open the session and also to give a little bit of welcoming remark. Okay, Pak Jarum, time is yours.
Yeah.
You want to use this?
I cannot use it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to Ibu Ria Arista, the director of American Corner, Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang. Welcome also to our colleagues from the Americans, Mas John, Mbak Lucy, Mbak ya, Mbak Lucy, Mas Kyle, and one more, Mbak Molly. Yeah, thank you very much for coming, for joining the event. Yeah, yes, give applause to them. Thank you for the volunteers of American Corner And thank you, Pu Santi, Bu Rafika, who have prepared this event for today's activity. And thank you very much for the participants, all participants, especially from high school students and from UMM, ya, from English Language Education Department, Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang. I hope that this event will give you uh, new perspective, or maybe it will open the windows of your life. It will broaden the horizon of your life. Um, as you can see that this event is designed by English Language Education Department, collaboration with American Corner. Um, American Corner is one of the strengths of English Education Department. So by uh, uh, collaborating with American Corner, we hope that the students of English Education Department can interact with native speakers, with Mas John, Mbak Lucy, and the others. Uh, I quite believe that by interacting with native speakers, the competence of the students will improve significantly. And therefore, especially for you who are now studying at senior high schools, later when you want to improve your interest in English, just join the English education department. We provide uh, curriculum, we provide activities that can guarantee your career will brightly improve in the future. So thank you very much for joining these events. We hope that you can enjoy the event until the end. So by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I think the event is officially open. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Pak Jarom. So, some of you might wonder why I hold this, but there is no sound here. So, because this event is broadcasted on our YouTube, so that's why we need this, yeah, this kind of thing. All right, so next one, Ibu Ria. So, welcome the director of American Corner UMM. So, Bu Ria, please give a little bit of information about eLibrary USA, right? And also maybe you can introduce American Corner to high schoolers. Okay. Yes. You want to use that or do
Oh,
you?
no, no, it's all right.
Okay. All right.
Wabarakatuh. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, morning, Mas John, Mbak Lucy. Hi, Molly and Kyle. Thank you very much for coming. But before I start my presentation, let's watch this video first.
Diplomasi ini terbaik dari Amerika Serikat langsung di sini di Indonesia. American Spaces adalah pusat budaya dan informasi dari pemerintah Amerika Serikat yang memberikan akses gratis bagi siapa saja yang penasaran belajar lebih banyak tentang Amerika Serikat. Sebagai kota pertama ingin membangun hubungan berdasarkan pengertian dari kemitraan, membuat koneksi budaya kedua negara. Fasilitas kami yang modern dilengkapi dengan teknologi canggih dan program yang mendorong pembelajaran, diskusi, dan keterlibatan sipil yang fokus pada prinsip-prinsip demokrasi dan demokratis. Dengan 13 lokasi di seluruh Indonesia, Spaces menunjukkan nilai-nilai inovasi, kreativitas, dan keberagaman. Karena dengan komunitas kami yang dinamis dan dengan peluang tanpa batas untuk tumbuh.
Okay, so can you turn it off? Yeah, the YouTube live ya. Udah. Tes tes. Oh, okay. So it's going to be very confusing if you hear two voices. Right. Okay. So before I move on to the e-library USA, welcome to American Corner Malang. As you saw in the presentation, we have about 13 spaces. Now, some spaces are closed, but we expand further to eastern Indonesia because on the eastern part of Indonesia, we still only have Ambon and also Makassar. So we need more spaces, maybe in Papua or even in Nusa Tenggara Barat. Too many spaces focus on the western Indonesia, so they have been moved to the eastern Indonesia. So historically, American Corner Malang is among the oldest of American spaces in Indonesia. We have been here since 2004. Were you born on that year? Ada yang udah lahir tahun 2000? Oh, yes, of course. 2004 sudah lahir? Were you born that year? No, not yet. Okay, so we've been around since about 20 years and more. So historically, we start as a learning hub, as a library, so everyone can come here and then read our books. So although you are not a part of this university yet, you are high schoolers or even the junior high schoolers or even teachers, these books are open for you. You can borrow it and take it home. And then you will be given around 2 until 4 weeks to read and then give it back to us. But you don't have to always come here to access the book. Now we have the eLibrary USA. So those are the address elibraryusa.state.gov, and then those are the username and also the password. Later on, after my presentation, I will give you the link so that you can register yourself using your own individual Gmail account. So they will give you your own username and password to log into the eLibrary USA. What is the benefit of the eLibrary USA? Can you please log in? Yes, okay. So I'm going to go very quick because it's easy for you, the high schoolers. We have Libby by Overdrive, and then Press Reader, Academic Search Premier, G-Store. So if you are working on journals, on your thesis, or writing your final works for your graduation, there are three spaces that you can download from. The Academic Search Premier, G-Store, and also ProQuest Dissertation and Thesis Global. If you are a teacher, primary school teacher, you can always use the Bookflix to teach for the primary schoolers. And if you like movie, we have Canopy and also the resource guides. Those are supported directly by the state government, and all of the newspapers and magazines are always updated every day. So let's check the press reader first, Mas Adrian. Ya, itu. Press reader, yes. Okay. So you can check the cross. Yes. So those are the newspapers and magazines that you can read every day, fresh from the oven. The catalog, there's Time, and then the Week, Bloomberg, Los Angeles Time, and then the other from the Smithsonian and everything. Okay. So can you please go back? And let's check the ProQuest dissertation and thesis global. There, so if you need book to download books, you can always download from these, and they have lots of topics that cater to your interests. We have arts, business, economics, education, literature, and also health and medical sciences. So you don't need to come to American Corner if you don't have time. You can always come here every Monday to Friday. We open from 8 to 4. and our volunteers will help you to navigate through this. But you can also access this from your home. Remember, this is only for individual purpose. So if you are a teacher or you're a librarian at your school, you cannot use this or put your login details and accounts to your library. But if you want to download and then share with your peers, you are more than welcome, because there are another account or institutional mail that you have to register to us. But as an individual, you can always use that. Bisa minta tolong dibuka, Mas. So here are the website. Wait ya. Hmm, buka Chrome yang baru. Open the new Chrome. And then please type, wait, bit.ly, bit.ly. That one. Udah langsung aja. So there, bit.ly/elu dash Indonesia. You can just continue to destination and then write down your name, your email. Please scroll down. And then your American spaces, remember to always tick American Corner Malang. Because if you don't provide from what space you are given this information from, they cannot register you and your account. And then after that, please scroll down and then submit. Wait up to 14 business days and then they will give you your login account and also password. You can always download all of the resources that we have seen together there. Okay, so any question about eLibrary USA or about American Corner? No? Okay. Yes, let me give it back to Miss Erlina. Yeah, okay. You can have a little ice breaking and remember this the celebration, early celebration of the 4th of July. I want everyone to cheer up. And then yes, kok tegang banget ya ini kenapa? Okay. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you, Buria. Right, so to cheer you up, Buria, do we have something for the participant, maybe from American Corner, like a small gift or something?
Yes, later on.
Okay. All right, so maybe I want to invite one or two participants to say what is your opinion about maybe first impression about entering this building or mingling with your friends here. Anybody wants to share opinion before we continue to our next agenda? Anybody maybe from student or maybe from high schoolers? Do you want to share your opinion or maybe share your insight or first impression about this American Corner? Masih malu ya? Masih malu. Boleh dalam bahasa Indonesia loh. If you want to, you can share in bahasa Indonesia. Ada yang mau mungkin? Oh, Jihan ya. Mana Mbak Jihan? Oh, iya Mbak Jihan. Can you please come up here, Mbak Jihan? Can you please come up here? Ayo, ayo, ayo. Menyemangati adik-adiknya ya. Oke, give applause to Mbak Jihan. Alright. Come, come, come. Okay. Right. So, can you please introduce yourself? Where are you from? And also, what is your first impression?
Okay, so before I start, thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Jennifer Janabila, and I'm from Cirebon. Now, currently, I'm studying here in English Language Education Department, the second semester. Actually, I have been here before, and my first impression coming here is very impressive because they don't only provide books but also like some kind of board games like this one. Uh, it's very fun to come here with my friends and just to have studying together or like teamwork here, and it's also very comfy here. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jihan. So Jihan is also one of my students in my class. All right, thank you for giving the impression. All right, so before we continue to our next agenda, that is cross-cultural understanding session, I think we can invite all participants to have a photo session. Yeah, maybe you can just stay there, but please stand up, and then Pak Jarum and Buria, you can come up here, and then we will take a photo together. Right? Okay. Volunteer, can you please? Yeah, stand up, everybody, please. Okay. Or maybe because you are tall, can you please sit down so that the student? Yeah. Okay, Pak Jarum, you can also sit down. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay, Bu Santi, and then Bu. Yeah, Bu Rafika, Bu Santi, can you please join? Okay.
Do you understand when they speak in Bahasa?
Of course. I think they all can speak Bahasa very well. Buria, can you please have a seat? Di sebelahnya Pak Jarum boleh. Oke. Oke, right. Yang foto ready ya? Ya. Sini kelihatan ya Mas ya? Oke. Oke, everybody. One, two, three, smile. Okay. Another smile. Okay. Free pose. Maybe you can raise your hands. You can do whatever you want. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. Thank you, Puria and Pajaru. You may leave the stage. Okay. Puria will stay. Okay, everybody. Can we continue to the next agenda? Yeah. All right. So moving on to our next session, we will be engaged with a cross-cultural understanding delivered by our beloved guest from America, I believe. And I would like to invite Mas Jonathan Stevenson, and maybe who wants to accompany you? Yeah, Lucy. Mbak Lucy or Mas Kak or Mbak Molly? Okay, Mas Kak. Okay. Please have a seat. You may use the microphone there one by one, right? Okay, so sure, you can sit there. Yeah, even it's too tight for both of you. Okay, good. So, yeah, you want to? All right. Okay. Right, so maybe you can share the session, both of you, maybe 30 minutes to do the cross-cultural understanding session. Okay, time is yours.
To share. Okay. I thought we were getting wawancara. Yeah, we would like a podcast. And that would be orang-orang yang paham orang.
Later on, we will have the workshop session for that.
I see. Okay. So now is for
Maybe you media. Okay, so all right, so probably I'll send it. Oh, what is it? Some questions. Oh, some questions. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So you would like to answer some of those questions that you sent to
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No.
And talking through. I got
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, okay. So this is a cross-cultural understanding questions or just general questions? Oh, okay.
Jadi Mas Nana dan saya bisa pura-pura seperti podcast.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Dan Mas saya dan dia dan saya dan dia berdiskusi
Oh, yeah.
dengan Amerika seperti WhatsApp.
Okay, good.
Well, welcome to Two Guys on Green Couch podcast. Our inaugural episode of our podcast. I am so glad you're here. That's my first guest, and I'm your first guest. So we are going to go viral very soon. Jump on our socials, follow us on Instagram and YouTube. But today, I thought we could let some of our listeners know we're coming up on a really big holiday in our country. Do you know what holiday we're coming up on? 4th of July. tell me a little bit, like, why is Fourth of July important to you? Like, what is the Fourth of July to you?
It's just the day of freedom and just excited to be able to celebrate freedom in America. And, typically on 4th of July, it's just a day of fun, just celebration. You get together with family and friends. You just play games. Sometimes you go swimming. You just cook a lot of good food. Yes. And then at the end of the day, at night, you shoot off fireworks, and that's always a lot of fun. So for guys, yeah, blowing things up.
Why do you think fireworks are such a big part of the celebrations for the 4th of July in America?
Yeah, it just symbolizes, just uh, how would you
That's a
That's a
yeah,
yeah,
it's a good
it's a good
question.
question.
So, um, so
So
in for
for
our
our
listeners out
listeners out
there,
there,
in
in
just
just
like
like
in
in
Indonesia, you
Indonesia,
guys
you
have a
guys have a
national
national
anthem.
anthem.
What's the
What's the
national
national
anthem of
anthem of
Indonesia? Does
Indonesia? Does
anyone
anyone
remember?
remember?
Indonesia, na 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 na, da, 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 da. I honestly forget the words. I'm so sorry, I'm Malu. But we
We
also
also
have a
have a
national
national
anthem
anthem
in
in
America, right?
America.
How many
How
of you
many of
know
you
the
know the
American
American
national
national
anthem? I'm
And
curious.
it's only
The title.
it's all high pitch high tone.
Okay,
Okay,
what's the
what's
title of it?
The stars fell down.
Okay,
Okay,
so in
so
America we have our national anthem, right, which is a song that we
we
play.
play.
Sometimes you'll
Sometimes
hear
I
a
hear
lot
a
like
lot
at
like
the
at the
Olympics. If we win something, they'll play our song, or every time before like a sports game, will someone will sing the national anthem, and the words are, "Oh say, can you see by that dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming," and it's talking about the flag was still standing all through the night of this battle that was going on. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Uh, O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? And so it was like the song is talking about how the bombs bursting in the air and the rockets going on, but because you could see like the light, you could still see that the flag was still waving, right? And so, yeah, and so all through the night of that battle, the flag was still waving, and when the sun rose, they still hadn't given up. And so, uh, I think for me, one of the reasons we celebrate, especially 4th of July with fireworks, is to remember, yeah, just the battles that we had to fight to gain our independence, and the perseverance, even in the face of adversity that our nation had to face to become independent. And so, and now we get to experience it as a fun thing, but it helps us remember those that maybe experienced it as a not so fun experience, during the war. So, yeah, fireworks, really good. Kyle, do you have any questions you would like to ask me about 4th of July?
How do people usually celebrate Independence Day in your hometown? What's something that you and your family do or friends?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, first, usually early in the morning on the 4th of July, or sometimes the day after, but usually on the 4th of July in the morning, there will be a parade down the main street in town. So imagine maybe in Malang, if on Jalan Ijen, during like Car Free Day, maybe there was a parade. I actually don't know the word for parade in Bahasa, but it's like, yeah, carnival, like banyak orang, like jalan bersama di jalan. And then maybe ada, berberap. We have these things that are like floats that people will make, and it's basically people will like decorate their cars or other things and drive down the road with American flags and handing out candy and other things. And so, in my hometown growing up, that was a big part of our 4th of July celebration was um, going and watching the parade together. And then typically, for me, whenever I think 4th of July, I think swimming in the pool, like playing in the pool, just having kind of a pool party.
Do you guys play cornhole too?
Yep, sometimes cornhole.
Do you know what cornhole is?
Cornhole. Why don't you describe, Kyle? Tell me about this game, cornhole, that you.
Cornhole is.
We could probably play in here if they got.
Yeah,
if
we can
got.
make boards.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can show. You can Google search our AV guy. See, this is actually real podcasting. Is the host will have an audio guy that puts up something on the screen. Can you pull up some cornhole for us? CORN and then hole HOLE.
Cornhole is probably
Cornhole game.
It's one of my favorite things to play. I love playing it, and so we always play on 4th of July. So basically, what it is it's two wooden boards, and there's a hole in the middle of the board, and so you have teams of two, and so the objective is to throw the.
He'll show.
He'll show you.
This is like expert. Wow, this is competitive.
You throw the bag into the hole. That's the objective.
So you're throwing, and then you try and land it.
If you get it onto the board, it's 1 point. If you get it into the hole, it's 3 points. So it's the first one to 21. So that's the whole objective. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Whoa. My voice just started echoing. That's cool. So who would you usually play cornhole with, Kyle, on the 4th of July?
We just have friends and family, and it's just a lot of fun, you know. Yeah, so you're on teams. So your teammate is on the opposite end, and then you're competing against the person right next to you. So let's say if I throw one on the board, that's a point. So then it's his turn. And if he throws one on the board, he has a point, and so it cancels out. No one has a point. Yeah. So that's kind of how it works. If I get it in the hole and he doesn't, that's 3 points. And so you have 4 chances, right? Is it 3 bags or 4 bags? It's been so long.
It depends. I think some sets have 3, some sets have 4.
So you have 3 or 4 chances to rack up
land it.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're standing across from your teammate. So if we were playing with like Lucy and Molly, then Kyle and I would be standing next to the same board, and they would be standing next to the same board, and maybe I would be on Lucy's team, and so I would throw, and then Kyle would throw, and then their side would throw and try and hit it on our board. But actually, one of them is on our team, so we're counting. You have 2 kind of ways that you're going to make it fair, just so the wind. I don't know.
It's fun. We enjoy it.
So that hits on another thing that's really popular in American culture is this category of games that we call yard games. Yard games, YARD games. And they're games that you play in your yard, in your front yard, in your backyard. And so a lot of American houses will have a yard in front or in back, and you set up the cornhole, or there's a couple other games people will play.
Badminton.
Badminton sometimes. What are some other yard games that people
Americans
play?
aren't very good at badminton, though.
Huh? Can jam, yeah, where you're throwing the frisbee back and forth, or spike ball. There's a couple like that where people will, or those, the one with the balls on the string and you're throwing them. Yeah, ladder ball. So people will celebrate by playing these games in their yard, just hanging out with family, having fun, and then usually we'll have a barbecue for food. And so the like 4th of July food, I think.
So as you're playing, you just have all the smells, and it's
Yep.
just a good
Stuff smells really good. So I grew up in a state called Texas. How many of you have heard of Texas? Raise your hand if you've heard of Texas. So in Texas, we have a special kind of barbecue that where we slow cook the meat over uh, a number of hours. And so a lot of people will just have hamburgers and hot dogs, but we'll have like full briskets or like a lot of other good meat that I'll just say is really good. And sides and stuff. And so that's a fun thing is you're playing these games, maybe you're swimming in the pool, and then you smell it, the smells are starting to smell really good, and you eat with friends and family, and then um, usually have some dessert like apple pie or s'mores on 4th of July. Did your family have like special dessert for 4th of July or
Like every year is just different. We just, I don't know.
it's
made
just
whatever
whatever?
we felt like eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what would you say? What's your favorite memory on 4th of July?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, my favorite memory, my favorite 4th of July memory, one year, one of my friends in high school, their house was on a lake. And so we all went to their house on the lake and we're swimming in the lake and setting off fireworks. And I think my parents were pretty strict growing up. So they didn't allow me to play with fireworks unless I was at a friend's house and my parents weren't there. And so so that was the first year where it was like I was 15 or 16 and I was celebrating 4th of July with some friends who were willing to let me light the fireworks. And that was my first moment of lighting fireworks. And it was freedom. It felt really good. Yeah, it was awesome. What about you, Kyle? What's your favorite 4th of July memory?
Yeah, mine was probably similar. In my hometown, we had this big carnival slash festival, and so there's a lot of games, there's a lot of food stands, and so I think maybe I was in middle school or freshman in high school, and that was the first time where I could go out by myself with my friends, and we just had a lot of fun. And so that day, we were also shooting off fireworks. They have these things called bottle rockets, and they're not very dangerous. You just light them, and it just goes up into the air, and then it just pops. It's like we just had a lot of fun with that. And then they also have these fireworks called firecrackers. Have you heard of those? Yeah. So it's like on a string, and it's basically like mini dynamite, but it's not nearly as powerful. But you light it, or you can get a single, and then you just throw it. You throw it in the water, and just I don't know. It's just fun. And so yeah, and the sparklers. And that's usually the thing that kids play with is sparklers. So it just lights up and you just wave it around. And so then that evening, we just enjoyed the carnival. We played games, and towards the end of the night, it's just this big old show of fireworks. And it's really awesome. It's just mesmerizing, just all the different lights and colors and like designs that the fireworks make. And it's just a lot of fun. And so also when the fireworks explode, there's a lot of the paper and whatever else is in the fireworks and it kind of just rains down on you. So it's just a lot of fun. So I remember that year.
Yeah, sometimes I never played this game, but there maybe I shouldn't talk about Roman candle tag. But did you ever play that game?
Roman candle. Oh
Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
there's this one firework that's like a tube, and you light the tube, and it shoots maybe six fireworks, and we call them Roman candles.
it's like a little light ball.
Yeah, but it's like a baton, like a long tube, and you just hold it up, and it shoots maybe 6 or 7 or 10. And so because you're in the water and you're wet, and if you have like a lakeside, some people will play this game called Roman candle tag where they'll be trying to hit each other with this is like teenage boys who are being dumb, and this is not a good game to play, but sometimes people will be stupid with fireworks. And so it's actually one of the most dangerous nights of the year in America because people are combining fireworks with other substances that maybe aren't the best, most healthy for your body, and drinking beer and stuff like that. And so people will often get hurt because of fireworks and have accidents and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Um, Kyle, what do you know about the history of 4th of July? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's the day um, we gained our freedom from Great Britain, and so it's just a long, dragged out war, and so yeah, I mean the end of that is what John explained earlier. It's just before then there was just a lot of things that kind of in a lot of ways still kind of enslaved to Great Britain and just lacked a lot of freedoms. And so that was the day where we truly gained our independence,
Yeah.
where we became the United States of America and where we could actually, people could live how they wanted and do what they wanted and became a great land of opportunity as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's some of you that maybe have more experienced the American corner, American culture will know there's a lot of important documents in our country's history, but there's two really important documents. One that everyone knows about is our Constitution, right? That's what kind of sets up our system of government and how the president works, how the Congress works, how the courts work. But before the Constitution, there was a document called the Declaration of Independence, and that was more of a philosophical document. You could say it was written by our country's founders of saying, here is why we believe like we should be able to govern ourselves and not be a colony of Great Britain anymore. And it was more like God has given everyone rights, and we believe that it's our time to have our rights back. And so July 4th was the day that that document, the Declaration of Independence, was signed. And so that was kind of that was 1776. And then we had to fight a war until like the 1770, like it wasn't for a couple of years. Until we finally won the war. But that was the first kind of like, okay, all of us colonies are gonna decide to born together as a country and be free from Great Britain. So yeah, we celebrate that on 4th of July. Um, Yeah, of course. So, listeners at home, we're going to open up the live chat if you want to post some questions. But in reality, you can just raise your hand if you have any questions for us about um, 4th of July or life in America or other things like that. Maybe you can raise your hand and we can call on you and take some questions. Jangan malu, bisa campur bahasa Indonesia, bahasa Inggris, ya, bahasa Jawa mungkin. Maybe. Yeah. Ada pertanyaan?
If you have questions for ladies, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mau tanya? Silahkan. Oh iya, oke. Boleh sambil berdiri. Ada. Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. For that, I'm just curious about your experience in Indonesia. Is it okay if asking you about that? Because you said so far in bahasa, and I could say you said in fluently. So I'm a bit curious about how long have you been stayed in Indonesia, and like what was your first impression after arriving here, and what's your culture shock
Okay.
after staying here?
That's a
Thank
good
you
amount
so
of
much.
questions. We can work with that. Ria, before we start answering, how much time do we have for this section?
All the time you have.
But sesuai jadwalnya sampai jam berapa?
Okay. So probably 5 more minutes.
Okay, great. So, Kyle, you want to take this one, or do you want me to start and then you can? Okay. So for me, I first came to Indonesia in 2019, and I had just graduated from college in America, and I came to Indonesia for that whole summer because I heard that Indonesia was a cool place to go, and and it was beautiful, and I wasn't sure what to expect, but I quickly fell in love with this country and just the natural beauty here. Yeah, no, and I was in Malang. I wasn't even like in Bali for that time. I was in Malang, and I remember seeing the mountains and just driving through, going to like the Chobans nearby, Choban, uh, and I went to the Pantai Selatan, and I remember just being like, wow, like this place is so beautiful. It's so amazing. I want to live here. And so I ended up, it took me a few years. I had to finish my teaching degree and get some work experience, but then I moved back in 2021. So that was about 4 years ago now. And I work here as a teacher at a school in Tidar, and I teach math. And so, yeah, whoa, semua takut, malu sekali. Yeah, so I teach math, and yeah, I love Indonesia. I think something that honestly, like a big culture shock to me was how welcoming and friendly everybody is. Because sometimes, I mean, I come from a place in America that's pretty friendly and welcoming, but Indonesia is like way more like Indonesians are some of the most welcoming people I think I've ever met. And so that was a shock to me, just how quickly and like people were inviting me into their home to have coffee and be like, please stop by my house anytime you want, no matter what, just mampir or dulu, you know? And I'm like, that's a odd concept to me, just to stop by somebody's house randomly and have coffee. But yeah, that was something for me that was a good culture shock. So yeah, so that's me. I think that was most of the questions. But Kyle, what about you? When did you
Yeah, my
first
wife
come?
and I, we've lived here for 5 years, and yeah, learning Indonesian for us at the beginning was very challenging, and so, but we very quickly also just really fell in love with the country and the culture and how welcoming people were, and just honestly how easy it was to just have conversations with people and just you can just make friends with people very quickly here. And so, probably one of the biggest cultural shocks was once we did learn the language, even though you're understanding what people are saying, you're trying to really understand what people are trying to communicate to you. And so, like, that for me was very challenging. But, as times went on, we're learning a lot better how to communicate to everyone and how to really understand what people are communicating, whether it be
Mm,
with body language or just subtle things that people are saying. Because in America, people are just very straight to the point. And there's pros to that, but there's also cons. And so people here are just very polite. And so, yeah, we love it. It's beautiful down on Malang Selatan. It's very pretty. And then we've also hiked a couple mountains, went to the waterfalls here, and just yeah, it's a good place to live. We love it, and the food's good. We like the
yeah.
food. Yeah.
So, well, if you say the food's good, a natural question is, what are our favorite Indonesian foods? I assume you want to. Everyone always wants to know. So, Kyle, maybe give me
So,
your top three Indonesian foods. If you had to eat three Indonesian foods for the rest of your life, what would they be?
well, my wife's favorite is pecel.
Nice.
Yeah. Mine is satay ayam, of
Nice.
course, nasi goreng.
Yep. That's three right there.
Yeah, well, hers is pecel.
Okay, so you got it.
Yeah. I like pecel a lot. I like a lot of stuff. I think I like everything really. Oh, I have to be careful. My stomach.
Hati-hati perutnya.
We've been sick a lot, but
Sakit.
our stomach is getting stronger now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, my top three Indonesian foods of 2025 are I like so in Malang I really like bakso. Actually, it's one of my favorites. I miss bakso a lot when there's nothing like that in America.
That's rare for an American to really like bakso.
Yeah.
I've just now started to like it. I like it. It took
Yeah.
me a while.
Okay, quite. Do you like durian or no? I love durian. Yeah, I really enjoy durian. Um, but some people don't like it. But yeah, I'm basically Indonesian now, right? Okay, so what did I say? Bakso. Okay, I really like rawan. In Malang, it's really good. That's my favorite. And then I would say rendang, like a good like nasi padang, but especially rendang are some of my favorites. So um, Indonesian food is so diverse. Like every single island and city has their own like khas Malang, khas Jogja, khas, it's everywhere has their own food, and so it's so hard to pick from all the options. But yeah, those are some of our favorite foods. So all right. Well, I think we've gone slightly over our time, but I hope it's okay. And we're really excited to be here today and, yeah, help with this kind of podcast training. And thank you, Kyle, for being my first guest on, and maybe my last guest on this podcast. We'll see how we do. And yeah, I'll hand it back to Ibu to. Para jadwal.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mas John and also Mas Kyle. You can stay here actually, or if you want to go back, it's okay too. For the next session, actually, we have the podcast training conducted by the volunteer. Maybe the volunteer, can you please come up here and then share a little bit of tips and tricks how to start the podcast, especially for the participants who wants to start your own podcast in your own channel or in your school channel later on. And we have this narasumber, yeah, we call it. And then you can also later practice your interview with the Americans, yeah. Right, so I will give the floor to Mbak Hisa. Mbak Hisa will lead you in this training session. Mbak Hisa will give you also will introduce to the team as well, and then with the materials also, and also with the practice. So later on, I hope that all of you can participate in this session uh, to know how to set up and then to get familiarized with the tools here and with the broadcast as well. Okay, Mbak Hisa. Yeah. Can you please come up here? Okay, so this is Mbak Hisa from ILET, yeah, from English Language Education Department. And Mbak Hisa will lead you with the session on the training and also in the workshop. Okay. Silakan.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So it's great to see you all here. Thank you for your time and your coming. And my name is Siha, and they are our team members who will be speaker of this session. Now, with our speakers today, we will learn how to create, develop, and present about podcasts. They will share their knowledge and experience directly with us. And to our speaker, please continue.
You first? Okay.
Okay, good morning, all. Okay, as my experience now, I would like to tell you how do I to uh setting the microphone. Of course, we know the microphone is one of the most important thing in podcast, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I am Mafik Aziza. I am as the volunteer. So now I would like to tell you the company of the microphone. So of course, we know this is the microphone. This type is actually uh designed for podcasting, okay? You know? Yeah. And this one is the mic stand.
So of course, if we would like to move the microphone, we have to use this mic stand. Yeah. And the third, oh my god. And this is the last. This is audio cable. So this will connect the microphone to the recording device. So now I'll tell you how the way to setting. Okay. First we have to setting this one here. Okay. For the second, distance. Yeah, like this one. And the third, we're setting the microphone. Yep. For the last step, yeah. Which one? Oh, no, no. Yeah. For the last now, we can to connect to the device, to the recording device. Okay, it's really simple, right? Okay. The recording device over there. Okay. Until here, do you understand how the way to setting the microphone? Yes. Okay, for the next, we'll explain by Kurniawan.
Okay, thank you very much, Awam Aziza. Okay. First thing first, I guess greeting from me. My name is Kurniawan Wibowo. Everyone call me Joko or Dewi. So, okay, let me show you step by step. Thing first, what is the device that you will need? The first thing is a microphone. Of course, you need a microphone to record your voice. You can use another like maybe headset microphone, although it's not that good, but it's enough to start your own podcast. And then the second one is where you want, and then the second one is camera. You can use either a webcam or your own laptop device camera. Although the quality is dependent on your laptop, I'm sure it will be you know way to start on tutorial on the yeah basically how to it teach you how to set up in ways that maybe you need to learn first before you going to podcast and buying all of this expensive stuff. Okay. The second one is the an equalizer is over there. If you cannot see it, it's basically a box with several several different output and input for a microphone. How to use set it up is pretty. You can look at the manual. It's pretty easy actually, and then apa? the the laptop. Of course, you need a laptop, and yeah, I guess that is it. Plug it all into your computer, and it's all good. So the difficult part is setting up an OBS. Operator, can you share my screen? Okay, this is very time consuming part of how to start a podcast. So let me tell you how to use an OBS. It's a free application. You can download it, find it on Google, download it, and yeah, you can set up basically however you like, and then boom, you are now doing a podcast. So next, let me tell you what is an OBS. So OBS is a uh, studio. So basically, it's delivering free software for basically for you to use in a live stream. Usually, it key purpose is only for capturing audio and video source, and also make how make everything work out in the end to set it up. So basically, the audience will only see the perfect image that you want in podcast or maybe streaming. So, do you guys know like other podcasters, or maybe have do you want to be a podcaster? Can everybody raise a hand? Who want to be a podcaster? Okay, it's very. I do not. Uh, I do not encourage buying this kind of setup because yeah, it's very expensive to get on the podcast. So yeah, I understand how little people can. The barrier of entry is pretty high. I understand. So next, please. First thing first on how to set up an OBS. As you can see from the left side bottom to the right side of bottom is kind of all of the difference all of the difference like setting and something why not. And from a beginner it may be look like kind of complicated, and it's very like oh my god, I don't understand this, what the heck? What is this? So yeah, I'm going to show you step on step how to set up your OBS. It's take a while, but it will be worth it. Next, please. So first thing first, scene. A scene is useful for creating a different presentation. For example, like you want to set up a different screen. Maybe you want this side to be your face, another side is like your presentation or your game or your maybe if you love streaming a chat box and other stuff. Okay, next. Oh. Okay, the second one is the right side of the scene. You click plus on the bottom left over there, and you will be see this pop-up window. And you see this pop-up window, and you might be intimidated. No, don't. It's only the first step. So the first step is to usually what you will use is audio input capture, a display capture, maybe a game capture, an image perhaps, and media source. And the last one is video capture device for recording your face if you want your face to be known. Okay, next. This is the first step on creating an audio input capture. So what you need is, of course, audio device like a mic or a headset or maybe apa, your laptop. You can do it, but yeah, it's different varied how you can do it. So yeah, the first thing first is find your device. The device is set to default. Basically, you need to find your microphone that you want to use, and it's very first step that you don't misplace where your mic is on the setting, and then you click OK, and then all done. Next. Okay, and the second one is to click right, left or right. Click the right, and then you see pop-up window like this, and then you need to go to filter, and then the filter you get this display, and it display all you need is for the first time is gain, a limiter, and noise suppression. Now I'm going to explain what is gain limiter and noise suppression next. So the first thing first is noise suppression. What is noise suppression? You need what is noise suppression? So basically, it reduce level of noise, like you speaking, and the background is very loud, or maybe there is a plane fly right by. So that is why you use a noise suppression. So there is a actually two. There is a two uh, setting. The one is low CPU usage and low quality. So it's basically like cancel out like 40% of the noise. And then there is good quality with more CPU use. So it take 90%, but it put us a lot of strain on your laptop or computer. So the next one is a limiter. You guys know that you when you speak. Oh, wait. First, have you ever recorded your own voice? It sound horrible, maybe, or maybe when you speak loudly and then the audio start to yeah, the sound of yeah. So you need a limiter. Limiter is basically on setting how low your voice like it's basically like reduce noise but more advanced. So you need to setting up you basically have to listen to your own voice. I know it's horrible your own voice. Like when you listen to your own voice. So yeah, it takes practice to set up completely like there is no noise or there is no sound in your mic after your recording. And then the third one is gain. This is when you have a small voice, when you're very shy to talk in front of camera, in front of public, or on the live stream. This is the way for you to speak more clearly without you actually screaming into your microphone. Okay, next. So the next one is about a video capturing device. It's way to you for you to show your face out there on the YouTube, on the Twitch, or on maybe Facebook Live if you like me. So the first thing first is you click that video capture device and there will be a pop-up. So let me, so you need to take a closer look on the display. The black display is the place where your face should be. If it didn't show, you go to the device. The device is you select your camera. If not showing, then there's maybe a problem to your camera, or maybe the camera is die. So this is the that black screen is way to see if your camera active or not. And then the resolution type, I suggest using 60 FPS. It's for a quality, and also like it's very finicky if you edit less than 60 FPS. Next. So if you scroll down, you see a resolution type is set to custom if you can. And then the resolution is basically wherever you want to set. For example, you can set your resolution into uh, IG Reels and IG Reels, or maybe different kind of platform that less than your normal resolution like in your screen. And then the FPS set to highest for better quality. And the video format is uh, use any video format that you want. I use MP4 or MKV is basically the best format that you can take and then press OK. And it's all good for them. Next. So you will see your face on the screen. Do not panic. When you click the image, you will shown this grid. So this grid help you to move your face across the screen to make where the place you want to place your face in. For example, upper left for streaming perhaps, or upper bottom right for yes for the streaming, and then the entire screen is made like to show your games or something else. Okay, next. Now, I guess there is many more you can do, but I'm going to give an example, like for this instant display capture. What is display capture is that you display your entire monitor. So it's for like giving a presentation or just having displaying a game. So the first thing first is to click on display capture, and then you meet this uh, menu. Press capture method to automatic. Do not fiddle with that. And then the display. Now the display is where you find your monitor. If you have a second or third monitor, usually a streamer or podcaster use two or three different monitor for having a more clear of customization, and it's not make you to ease your life somehow. Yep. I guess next. Press OK, and then yeah, this is what I just said. And display capture monitor, you use a second monitor. I use primary monitor for streaming. So yeah, I display that, and then you see this. This is your entire screen displayed, and then Choco, where is my face? I cannot see my face in here. Now see, if you use a editing tool like Canva, Photoshop, or something, there is a thing that called layer. Do you guys know layer? Do you get familiar with it? Okay, if you use Canva, you know. So basically, this box right here is a layer. All you just need is to drag that video capture device and put it in front on the top. From the very top is yeah. From the very top is the basically like uh, you want to show the most important thing. So it goes from the top and to bottom. Okay, next. Okay, I'm going to explain you studio mode. There is so this is where that you want to use a studio mode for basically like streaming or yeah podcast you can do if there is a visual podcast like it trash taste or something. Okay, the first thing is you click that studio mode and then you see these two screen. Now do not be don't be scared. I'm going to display. I'm going to you. I'm going to explain you step by step. Okay. So the first screen, preview screen, is where you edit the most. Is when you want to change something that you don't want to display to your audience. So yeah, basically it's way for you to edit something without the audience knowing. So you just poop and then oh my god, it's very beautiful. And then the right screen is program screen. This is where you display your video or yeah, video device to your audience. It make yeah, it's for you, for the audience to see you basically. Now, way to set up this is you have to go back to scene, make a two scene for you to make, and add a add a source that you want to use for maybe a different, for example, maybe like a different camera setup or another screen for you to, for you want to presentate. So and then you, after all you setting up on your preview screen, and then you click a transition. A transition is way to, yeah, of course it's transition, to translate your preview screen into program screen for everybody to see. And then there is a scene transition. If you don't want to look like there is a cut on your screen, you can use transition to make it really smooth. Okay, next. Now, yeah, this is the how to another display. Like for example, a person one on the scene like there, like that. Person one and person two. Maybe you want to focus on the person one who is speaking right now. And then after that, the person two want to speak. And then you go switch, press the transition, and boom, you display another person. Oh, why is flickering? Okay, next. Oh yeah, and don't forget a scene needed to the source is need to be added again. There is many people that forget to put the source back in on another scene. It make, okay, it make the other people cannot hear you or you cannot display something else. Next, please. Okay, for all of that done, and then you can press start streaming or start recording. When you start recording and that's it, it's all good. Uh, Everything is good. Everything is finalized, and press a start recording, and then it's all good. If you finish, just end the record is over there. If you go streaming, there's another different kind of worm. Next. So this is how to set up your stream. First thing, you go to setting. There is another menu. Go to that stream tab. Click it. Then there is another menu. Next. And then you see this service. Go to click a custom. And then you see this destination, a server, and a streaming key. Next. So what is a server and a streaming key? Basically, you go to the YouTube studio. For example, I use YouTube. You open up the YouTube studio. There is a stream setup help. You click that, and they will show you a pass stream key to your software on the OBS right there. And then you might also copy the stream URL. And then click done. You set it up, and it's all good. Next. And then you press the start recording, and then boom, now you are live on YouTube. So that is how you set up. Basically, that's how you set up streaming or streaming podcasts in the YouTube. Okay, that's it. Next. And then you see in the studio, you can see the chat, and then the end stream right there button. If you don't know where to find it, yeah, that is the upper right corner. Okay, next one. Okay, so in the checklist, we go to the checklist. First thing you need to set up audio. And then the second thing is you need to set up your camera. And then the third one is to stream or press a stream or record. And then the fourth one, Should be switch. Okay. So what you need first is to set just display where you want to stream. Is it on YouTube? Is it on Twitch? Is it on TikTok or Instagram? Okay, that's all for me. That's how to use set up your OBS. Thank you very much. I'm going to set back to Wahyu.
Okay, awesome. There are many tips and tricks that we can try. Thank you for the speaker for sharing your knowledge. And now we move to the next session is workshop on podcast. Okay, before that, we invite to volunteer from the participant to come forward and try making a short podcast in front of everyone. Don't worry, you will be accompanied going directly to by our trainers, and then so you can more confident to show up. And then for two participants who are brave enough to come forward, we have special gift for you in the off session. So who wants to volunteer? Raise your hand, please.
Minimal 3%.
3%. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Okay. And for American expert, you can join with us if you want. Okay, please come here. Oh, di mana? Di sini? Di sini. So, please introduce yourself. What is your name?
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Mawar Karisma Putri, and I'm from Surabaya.
Oh, we can call.
Uh, my short name is just call me Mawar.
Okay, Mawar, thank you. Next.
Okay. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Zaki Wijaya. I used to call Jay as Wijaya. Thank you.
Okay, give applause to Jay and Mawar, guys. So, Jay and Mawar, you can stay here and learn about podcast training with American expert and training.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
First thing first. Way to what do you want to learn? You want to set up the mic first, or you want to go straight to the OBS?
I want to go straight to the OBS, please.
Okay,
You need to understand.
Okay. Yeah.
understandable. So the first thing first that you will need
Mhm.
is, of course, maybe a headset
Mhm.
or a mic, and then the camera. So as you can see,
Mhm.
just let's see first. Go to click the plus sign on the source
Sign.
tab.
Oh, where is it?
Corner.
Right this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then go to audio input capture. And then you see this. And then you click OK. And then you see the device.
Mhm.
You can click it.
This one?
So,
Microphone.
yes, a microphone device. Okay. Nice. Press OK.
Oh,
Okay, and you can see this an audio mixer. There is an audio picking up from this. Whoa, it's speaking.
okay.
Hold on. So yeah, first, and then you press right click on the
This one?
no the source on audio capture.
Capture this one?
Yep.
Okay. Where is it? This one?
No, right click.
Uh,
Wah. Kamera kita. Uh, uh, and then press filter.
filters. Okay.
Hey, you come here also. Cannot see.
Yeah, what can I have?
So, as you can see, this what the click on the plus, and then let's see, what do you want to use for the audio to make it more clear?
Maybe the noise suppression.
Okay, correct. Plus, okay. And then you see that method, click it, and I usually use a good quality one.
Okay.
Okay, click it. Do you guys have a laptop or computer?
Yes.
Okay, yes, it's pretty good. And then go click plus again. May plus. Maybe you want another fog to go with it.
What is
It should be on.
Okay, I three band equalizer is a way to you to not.
3-band equalizer.
So
This is
the first thing first, limiter, as I already explained, the limiter is for the threshold of how loud you can speak and how low you can speak for it to not pick up, so you don't blow your ear. in
for
the,
not getting close.
the three band equalizer is way to set up uh,
so like maybe one from USB.
where the point should the mic pick up, and then yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's all you need for the audio filter.
Okay. So close.
Yep, click close and then go click plus again in the source, and then click video capture device. As you can see, that click OK, and then there's a PC camera. Ta-da! Uh,
Actually,
there is no.
there is no source from the camera.
Yep. If you want it, you can use a camera. Use this thing, VGA. If you and not VGA, it's HDMI. So you can plug it into your Huh?
Electricity.
Yeah, to direct here, or you want an equalizer like that. The cheapest one is around 30,000 rupiah. Yeah, 4,000 rupiah. Yeah, it's quite expensive to go on the podcast. So yeah, maybe you can podcast in the Spotify.
Yeah, just
It
the audio.
uh,
Okay.
it doesn't use
Any camera.
any camera, so it's good.
Oh.
So yep, you scroll down and you see this device render type. You can use the resolution. As you can see, this is so there is what is it, 5 type. It's like an Instagram, or you use it on the TikTok. There's different resolution. And you can also make your no, no, yeah, make your own resolution. And the second one is the FPS control. I usually use a matching and then go to the video format. This is like MP4, MP3, or MKV, and then press OK. Like boom, you got your camera set up. So hold on. What the hell? Put it on the default format. And then if you want to move the camera, or you want to display it somewhere, just use this, and then just like a Photoshop. Do you ever use Photoshop, or
Yes.
or maybe Canva? Yeah, it's like this, right? You can use this, get that, put it anywhere that you want. Yeah, it's like that. That is different kind of specs.
Off camera.
It's very insane.
It just looks like a streamer in his YouTube videos.
Yeah. And then you go to maybe you want to display your
Display capture.
display an image or display a game. So there is usually yeah, a lot of things. So if you want to display a browser, like you want to like a
Share screen.
yeah, like a share screen, or maybe in the recording, like watch along. You,
Okay.
you see a streamer do watch along.
Reaction
Yeah,
or
reaction
something.
like that. Uses a browser.
Okay.
And then if you want to display something that you cannot, um, okay. If you want to make a display
Uh-huh.
capture is for basically like displaying that the other disk cannot help. Like for example, an application that doesn't detect on the
Browser.
game capture or something else. So game capture, yes, game capture is game capture. The image, an image is used for maybe you have a outlier,
Oh yeah, I see.
maybe like you see like the Instagram, like maybe our donation or maybe to display your chat
Okay.
and the streaming. So yeah, and then media source is video to display a video for you to maybe like a introduction for the intro or something. Okay, yep, that's all good. Okay, so way to edit it is you go to studio mode, and then you see there's a studio mode for giving a different display. You need to create a scene. Go create a scene and press OK. And if you want to, like, for example, and display an image, like this, you go to your file, place that.
Oh my god.
Oh, do not get jealous. No, no. So, yeah, it's basically to for you to edit first in here to to make.
You put it here.
So it's basically to perfect your display first in over here, and then the go to transition. For example, this is a waiting screen. Before you go online, this is where you edit first, like your face, your display capture, or your anything else, and then click transition, and then boom, it display the second. Okay.
I get it.
Okay, you get it. And then you go start recording or start streaming. I usually, if you want to stream, you go to the setting and press stream. Usually there is another pre resetting, but it's it's kind of laggy most of the time. So usually you use a costume and then you go to your Twitch or your YouTube studio and then you see a server.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
If someone will go to like a Nemo stream, itu berarti by server or custom?
by usually they go custom.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, that's it. Is there any question for you guys that you don't understand?
I'm good.
You good? You? How about you? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, and before I got roped into all of this, I go to some kind of VTuber page.
Oh my god.
VTuber page. So there is in Steam, for example, there is do you know yeah, go to the chat or something. Yeah, something like that. So yeah.
I think it's better than
You can display it on your visual character. You can use it on the source, put it on the source, and yeah. Just don't forget your audience. Most of the time, you will probably like you put it back on your second source or the third. That's all for me. Do you have anything else that you want to know? Then you want to know this?
That's magic. Yeah, there's no place.
Okay. Okay, that's all.
Okay,
Guys.
that's all.
Okay, thank you to everyone who practice and sharing the idea. I hope this helpful to create your own podcast. And please give applause to participant guys. You can stand up. And then guys, we move to the next session is podcast with American expert. So time is yours. Yeah. Hello, the good morning audience. Welcome with American Corner in Malang. Yeah. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm an incredible person, incredible people with me. That's very amazing speaker. So here we go. Introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Molly.
Hi.
I'm Lucy.
Yes. All right. So, guys, welcome to our podcast. We are gonna talk about American culture and students. All right. So first, I want to ask Molly. Hi. Good morning, Molly. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, so Molly, what is something people often misunderstand about American culture?
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of misconceptions
Yeah.
about America. The first thing that comes to my mind is the media and movies.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, when I meet, while I'm in America, if I meet a foreigner or even here in Indonesia, often I get a lot of questions. Oh, is America like the movies that we watch?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Buat
really?
Oh, not really.
Setelah itu saya akan mengundang saya.
Hollywood might be
Oh.
similar to movies. I've never been to Hollywood, so I can't really say myself what it's like, but I can imagine. However, I'm from the South, and we're very relaxed, not huge party scene or crazy lifestyle. So I would say that movies and the media. Also, another thing I would say is that a lot of people perceive Americans as wealthy.
Oh, wow.
But there's actually a lot of poverty and poor
Mm-mm.
people in America too. Not everyone lives out the big American dream.
Mm.
So I would say
Oh.
that those are probably the biggest misconceptions about America.
American. Wow, that's very amazing. So Lucy, what about you? What do you think about misunderstanding about American culture?
Yeah, I would agree. I think especially in Indonesia, there's a lot of misconception about Hollywood and like the
Hollywood.
Kardashians and all the American celebrities. And in reality, our life is not like that most of the time.
All right. Wow. So we talk about American culture. So we move to college student, guys, because our listener most if are students. So we will talk about leadership. For first, what do you think about leadership? Lucy first.
What do I think about leadership?
Yeah.
I think leadership is important. I
Okay.
think it's a skill
Mm.
that you have to develop over time.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm the most extroverted, outgoing person.
All
Over
right.
time, I've learned to have more self confidence and
Self-confident.
yeah, to learn how to be a better leader. And it takes many years to learn that.
All right, that's so good. So, do you have a role model for your leaders when you were when child?
When I was a child,
Mm, American Captain or or who is?
oh man,
How man?
I think of good leaders.
Or
So
probably
different.
yourself.
Talking about myself. When I
Mm.
was a kid, I really admired musicians
Wow,
and singers.
musician
I
and
loved
singers.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Justin
Yes.
Bieber.
So I don't know if he's the ideal leader, but I admired him a lot.
Oh, your favorite music is Baby.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wow, that's so good. Leadership, it means a leader, yeah, who can control and handle people. So, Molly, what do you say leadership?
I think also similar to Lucy with
Mm.
leadership, I think it can be intimidating.
Okay.
I think naturally I'm more of a follower. However, in college, I do feel like getting out, even in high school, joining clubs, doing projects, maybe even sometimes when you have to present a project, I think that can even help in leadership, or joining a club. And in my school, we had clubs and we could run for office. And I think even starting in high school, joining those, or running for an office can help with leadership, and can help break the fears that you might have and prepare you for your career in the future. And college definitely probably, yeah, has way more opportunities even in high school. So I would suggest, I mean, this is going more into your question, I'm answering it more than what you asked me, but I think even joining
Joining.
groups or clubs in college can help you with leadership, because I do think leadership is intimidating
Wow.
for those who aren't naturally gifted or naturally extroverted. They can help.
All right. That's so amazing answer. But I'm so sorry, guys, because our time is limited. So we will talk about leadership again in the next episode. So please don't forget to follow our social media is American Corner and our YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, this is our host and our incredible speakers. See you in the next podcast. Bye bye. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Fred. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for American expert again and participant. So, if I made any mistake while hosting, I apologize and thank you. I will head the session back to the MC. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. You may go back to your seat. Okay, give one round of applause to all of us. Okay. Yes, thank you so much, Molly, and also Mbak Lucia. Okay, right. Okay, so everybody, I think that's marking the end of today's workshop. And before we close today's agenda, I would like to invite the participants here that are very active today to receive a small gift from Buria from American Corner. Yeah. Okay, so I will this one, the lady with the red veil, Mbak siapa namanya tadi? As the MC, sorry, as the host of the podcast. Mbak siapa namanya? What's your name? Mira, yeah. Okay, and two participants, yes, that practice OBS. Yeah, can you please come forward? Okay, Buria Arista, can you please also come forward to deliver the gift to them? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, sure, sure, sure. Okay, okay, okay. Go ahead, please. Yes. Silakan Mas. Enggak, cuma nerima hadiah aja. Okay. Yes, please. And you come. Mana pouchnya Mbak? Nih. Pouchnya Mbak. Iya. Ini dulu mungkin ya. Nanti Mbak Jihan nanti terakhir aja. Oke. Jihan nanti ya. Keep it. Oke. Sudah, sudah. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. And also Mas Kyle, satu-satu ya, one by one. Okay. And later on have a photo session with the participants. Okay. Silakan salah satu. Oh, we still have one. Mbak Jihan, we still have one. Come here. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, Mbak Jihan. Yes, silakan. Okay, stay here. Okay, one more. Maybe Lucy or Mas Kyle, you want to hand over the gift. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So we will invite all of you to come up and then take a picture with the participants here. Silahkan. Can you come forward, Buria, as well? Yes. Okay. Gimana American Tanggal? Do you have any sign? No. Okay.
One, two, three. Another pose.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
One, two, three.
Okay. Thank you. Give a round of applause to all of them. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so everybody, that's marked the end of today's agenda. Thank you so much for joining the event from the high school, from the student of UMM, and also Buria. Thank you so much for providing this beautiful place for us, and also for all of the Americans who come here. Thank you, and I hope that we can meet again in our next agenda, probably hosted by English Language Education Department or also from American Corner UMM. Okay, thank you and have a good day. Before you go later, we have a little bit of a lunch for you to take. Maybe the volunteer can help me later with the distribution. Thank you and I'll see you next time everybody and bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, bye-bye. Sudah ya? Oke, sebelum pulang silahkan ambil makan siang dulu ya, teman-teman. Adik-adik, iya. Apa itu? Iya, simpan aja. Ya. Oke. Makannya di luar. Iya. Biar mereka ini dulu.